So the New York State Public High School one? Yeah. I might even still be a member. Probably 7 years ago. Who knows? It's probably $5 a month coming out.
Okay, we are live.
I don't even.
We are live.
So where are you guys? Are you in the stands or did they? I remember those days that we did the same thing. Who scored? He had a great postseason. He's doing. We're looking okay out there? Awesome. Can you keep me updated because starts at 7:30? Diana will be here because we were supposed to be at the game where like both. Oh my gosh, the cruise director. We get to do our day job. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Check 1 2 1 2 check.
All right, thank you. All right, now. Yeah, oh yeah, you got your, okay. Bye.
Check 1 2 check check check. Check 1 2 check check. Check 2 3 check 2 check check. 1 2 3 1 2. Check 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 1 2. 1 2 3 1 2 check check.
Yeah, it's inside the office, and then you go around the corner and straight down. Yeah, do you want me to show you? Like inside the office there? Oh, did you already go in the conference room? They're not in there. Yeah, you go in the main office there. They're in a lightning delay.
I know, you should see it driving over.
Okay, so there was lightning. I thought I saw it.
Wasn't it
Like
like-
a hole.
So they're in a lightning delay. Every
Here we go. Microphone number 1.
They have to wait 20 minutes for every strike.
1 2 3 check check. Microphone number 1. 1.
Bueller. I'll go with the end. Yeah, you will.
Microphone number 3 check check. 1 2 3. This is number 3. Super mic. 1 2 3.
Right, you do this. Yeah, this is. Yep. Okay.
President mic number 4. President mic number 4. Check check.
Here we go. She's on number 5.
What's number 5? Vice President Mike?
It's just. It could be.
Vice President Mike, number 5. Check. Check, check, check.
It's a little low, but.
Check.
You're cracking me
Let's
up.
turn up.
Can you get by?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Vice President Mike, number 5.
You're so soft, slow.
Check, 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 check.
Okay, 5's good.
Okay.
Want to go to 6?
6. Mic check number 6. We are loud.
Loud and proud.
Yeah, that's good. That's the student one.
Student mic. Oh, student mic is loud.
Yes. You're soft spoken.
Yes.
You want to hear what they said. I tripped over that too.
Guys, I didn't. Huth is so
Good job,
much
good job.
closer to home for me. I didn't realize, I guess. Like, because I'm not traveling.
And lastly, we have the podium mic. Podium mic, the best sounding mic of all,
5 by 6 miles long.
because it is wireless
I didn't hear me.
and it's through their system. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Sibilance, sibilance.
It's a good seat for tonight, right?
I'm a roadie. Check 1, 1, 2, 2.
Guys, I just want to.
Okay, podium's good.
Oh, are we gonna?
All mics are great. Thank you. Going to be muting in a second.
Did Max get a new lawn?
No, he's got his chairs finally redone.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks great. I love it.
I love it in here.
There is down the aisle still. Bang! Bang! Okay.
Live.
Enough of, yeah, we're live. Enough of my noises here. We're going to mute in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, was I go first?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, teammates tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Oh, I know. Hello, everyone. Sorry we're a few minutes late. Our executive session ran 2 minutes longer than anticipated. I will make a motion to start the meeting at, was it 7:39? I need everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll do a quick roll call. We'll start on my left. We have Jean Kuhn, District Clerk, Ashley Dreyer, Board Trustee, Roger Broker, Board Trustee, Prevlin, sorry, it's a different order. Beth Prevlin, Board Trustee. We have Dr. Graham, our Superintendent of Schools, myself, Sue Marston, Board Trustee, Jake Grover, to my right, Board Trustee, Joy Lamarca, Board Trustee, John Fitzpatrick, Superintendent. No, he's not Superintendent. Someday, maybe. Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Staff Development, and Human Resources. And we have Bob, welcome back, our Assistant Superintendent for School Business and Finance. And on the end, you don't have a name? No. Nothing. We have our student rep, and embarrass myself, I apologize. Sienna. All righty. And Danielle is with us remotely. And is that everyone? Great, we have everyone. Real quick, if you can just sign with your cell phones, and in the case of an emergency, our emergency exits are going to be the doors you entered into the meeting. So, with that said, we'll get started. If I can get a motion to approve our agenda for this evening.
Motion.
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. And an approval for our minutes for our October 6th meeting.
Motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. All right, our student ambassadors. From high school.
Hello, I'm Sienna. So there is kind of a lot going on in the high school right now. For Interact Club, DECA, and maybe one other club. We just started planning the food drive that we do every year. So students bring in donations and seniors can get civic action for doing so. And then all at the end, a bunch of students will get together and sort all the food for families on the island right before the holidays, which is really nice because there are a lot of families on the island that can't afford to make meals, especially for their families. So it's nice because there's that sense of confidentiality in that. And yeah, I think that's like our big thing going on right now.
Sienna, can you look at the screen behind you? Can you just talk a little bit about this experience?
Yeah, passing of the torch was it was very emotional for me. I was sobbing during my speech. It was really special. I have a sister in kindergarten, so I got to see it last year for the seniors, but this year being a part of it was really special, and I know my sister and my parents thought so as well. It was just really emotional, and I know my sister she really enjoyed it the whole time, and it really does give the kindergartners something to look forward to as they go through their years at Grand Island, and it was a really nice day.
Thank you for your leadership at that day too. It was really very special. What a nice tradition that was started. You did a great job at that.
Thank you.
Correspondence and review for
All right. This is exciting. We're very, very proud of our chess club. I'm actually surprising John Fitzpatrick right now. But John, I was hoping that you could do a little introduction for Sue Sabuski, and I'm hoping Sue can come up and take it from there. John, I know how special this has been for you to see the growth of our chess club, so take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Graham. Sue Zableski, in 2000, I think it was 16. Yeah, 2016, Sue approached me as a middle school principal in wanting to start a chess club. And it happened. I think I was shocked at the number of students that joined the chess club. I think at one point we had up to 50 in our chess club. What I liked about the chess club is that it's something that everyone can do, regardless of background or ability level. Anyone can learn how to play chess. And with the help of a chess grandmaster in Marion Project, who's with Sue today, we have a very dominant chess club in Western New York, not only with the number of students that participate, but also with the how we play. I think I was quite surprised. I remember the very first chess tournament that we held at our high school cafeteria, and we were beating seniors, not only from Bishop Hyman, but from St. Joe's, Pioneer, many of the schools that had traditional chess clubs for many, many years. And we have this middle schooler, 7th grade, who was beating a St. Joe's senior. And when he had beat that St. Joe's senior, I wanted to cheer. If you've ever been to a chess club, tournament, you certainly cannot talk and you cannot cheer. But the chess club not only runs throughout the school year, but Sue Zableski also runs chess. I don't know if they're not tournaments, but they're like a program in the summertime. Yeah, also during the summer. So our kids who are in chess club, it's a great opportunity for not only the middle school students, but also the high school students. But we found that when the middle school kids went up to the high school, we needed to continue the program going. So it became not only the middle school chess club, but then became the Grand Island Chess Club. So as a district, we've been fortunate to use Sue for all the work that, and also Marion Project for the amount of time that you've spent with our students and our kids, providing them opportunities that some schools would not be able to provide. So thank you very much. And if you want to introduce your...
Thank you, Sue.
Bring everybody down.
So we were very excited think we were here was when Senator Sean Ryan congratulated us for our big win at the Blizzard Bowl. It was my son's senior year, 2023. So that was a big year. This year today we have some new chess players and some seasoned chess players. So when my son gave up the reins of being captain of the chess club, Harry Singh took it on, and he is now our highest rated player. So in fact, he even plays in the open section with adults, and it's his senior year. So unfortunately, I'll be losing another giant. And then we have Alex Godlove with us and Caitlin, and they have been playing since they started in 6th grade, and they're both in 9th grade now. And Alex is going to go rated at our next tournament. And when I mean rated, it's when students are able.
Can the kids just
Oh,
stand next to you? That'd be great.
Yeah,
That'd be,
come on
because we're gonna take a
down,
group
come on
picture, but
Okay.
all the kids that are
If you
here,
can come on down.
stand next to Mrs. Celeste, that'd be great.
When students go rated, they gain a United States Chess Federation rating, and there's a membership cost. So Alex will be joining that. Then we have Evan O'Donnell, who's in 8th grade. And then we have 3 of our new recruits. So we have Dom, we have Finn, and we have Joe, who have just joined Chess Club. They're on the end. So, and this is the bulk of the team that you see in the picture. So not every tournament has team trophies. We do compete 10 times during the school year, once each month. Grand Island, we're fortunate enough to have the support of our administrators that we host 3 of the tournaments during the school year. And we are very thankful, not just for Dr. Palacci, but for our high school administrators who allow us to use the high school cafeterias for each of these tournaments. And I also just want to thank the PTA, because without their grant money every year, I wouldn't have been able to afford the equipment and everything else, our clocks, boards. And of course, John graciously arranged for us to have our own Grand Island Chess Club boards a couple years ago. And we have the big banners that we use at our tournaments. So we're grateful for everyone's support. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of them. And the most important thing is I could have not done any of this without Mr. Pro, who has been phenomenal with working with our rated players and taking them to that next level. So very proud of each of you.
So we're gonna get a group picture, but let's give a big round of applause for our students. Mr. Pro, do you think you'd be able to join us for the group picture?
So did you want to speak to the tournament on October 25th? It looks like there's some results
Oh,
written. Or
yeah, so we did take first place at the tournament, and honestly, it was by half a point. I'll be honest, it was very close, neck and neck. There are several schools and several chess clubs that compete at these tournaments, and we were neck and neck with the Buffalo Chess Association. So we ended with 10.5 points, and they had 10, and the next team had 9. So it was very, very close. And in these team tournaments, it's our top 3 or 4 scores that count toward the team total. So we were very fortunate. We also, Alex Godlove took first place individually, and Harry Singh tied for 3rd in the open section.
Awesome, congratulations.
Come in front of the table and that the board could stand and maybe center. Alice, we can get a picture of this.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take a couple pictures. I know Alice and then the parents might want to take a picture. This is great. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good.
So let me go back one row.
Don't go back, Alice.
Oh, that's a better.
Maybe it's for camera.
Thank you.
Okay, before we move on to the public comment session, I just wanted to make one comment. I forgot when we did our roundtable to make note that Cheryl Cardone is absent this evening and she is excused. So moving on to our public comment session, no one signed up, so we will move on to curriculum and instruction with John Fitzpatrick. Sorry about that.
John, it's the tab next to superintendent report. Adobe has an open already for you. It's just over to the right of the tab. Straight up. There you go.
Just so I can see a little bit better. All right, Board of Education, Dr. Graham, I just wanted to keep everyone up to date on the New York State Portrait of a Graduate. Sam, do you want to please? One back, thanks. So the Portrait of the Graduate is an initiative by New York State that is more comprehensive than that we've seen before, because it actually takes into account autonomy. It allows our school districts across New York State to participate in, and you'll see this in a moment, really outlining and detailing what it takes to graduate for a student who is in high school. Sienna? There are 6 attributes to the Portrait of the Graduate. They are listed there: academically prepared. We expect our graduates to be creative innovators, critical thinkers, effective communicators, global citizens, and reflective and future focused. What's interesting about this is kind of like a conglomeration of the 21st century thinking skills. So that's really no different than what we've seen before, New York State requiring our high school students to do. Sienna, if you can advance a slide. But this is what is taking place now in New York State. It's modernization due to the advancement of technology and jobs that are changing rapidly, jobs that we are preparing our kids for that we don't even know exist yet. It's taking, a key driver will be relevance. How is this related to our students in terms of the backgrounds they come from, in terms of, not relying solely on one key component to graduate from high school, and that's an exit exam. It might be capstone projects, it might be students participating in portfolios as a way to graduate from high school. And it's also including equity, which equity in terms of the Portrait of the Graduate is really helping our ELL population, our English and new English learners, as well as our kids who have special needs and IEPs. Sienna, thank you. Here's what the portrait is not. You're going to hear an awful lot about what the portrait is in the media, but it's really not. It's not It's not getting rid of your traditional assessment. It's making your traditional assessment, like the Regents exam, one component to graduate from high school. It is, it's not getting rid of the curriculum as we know it, but it's transitioning to a new and different ways to teach. Sienna? It's also the greatest impact on our students is going to be, if I can just take my notes, I don't want to mess this up. My eyes aren't that good, so thank you very much for your patience. It's not, as I said before, it's not taking into account a mandated state mandated exam. It's not a wholesale removal of graduation requirements, and it's not tied. This is especially important. It's not lowering any expectations. In fact, I think what's going to happen is the expectations are going to get much harder, because it's not just being tied to a single faceted Regents exam that is across all of New York State. If we remember, the Regents exam came out in the 1950s, I believe, and that was to make sure that everyone in the Adirondacks had the same education as the kids in Buffalo. Now, with the Portrait of the Graduate, they're going to take into account different levels of kids' backgrounds and understandings so that everyone can graduate with a fair and equal shot. Can you go to, yes, thank you. All right, so here's what, as the Board of Education, we really need your help with. Helping our teachers to, supporting our teachers as we go through and creating a more connected classroom experiences to global awareness, communication, creative innovation. We're going to shift towards flexible demonstration of proficiency, work-based learning projects and portfolios, which we already do with our GISBA programming, aligning to state standards, but becoming explicit development of portrait graduate attributes, and then really focusing on collaboration. And I'll talk just a little bit more about that in a moment in our timeline. If you could, yes, thank you. So the Portrait of the Graduate was adopted this past July, and I'm really proud to say that Grand Island is already one of 13 school districts that had jumped on board early so that we could begin planning for the phases of the Portrait of a Graduate. We joined the Modern Learners Cohort, which is one of 13 districts to do this. We're also joining Inspired Ed, which is creating more autonomy for our students, creating more ability for our students to create their own and choose their own learning. That's the Inspired Ed programming. And we're also working with BOCES to have more staff development in areas that are going to help our students be more autonomous and help our teachers create projects and capstone projects and portfolios that allow our students to be more autonomous in their thinking and what they're choosing to do to help them graduate. And then our first cohort will begin in the fall of 2027 and will align fully with the project. So we have a little bit of time, but as always, that'll happen. It'll happen a lot sooner than we expect. But we're ahead of the game. I'm really proud of Hillary Kretz-Harvey and Dr. Felicia Palachi for their contribution as we do the Modern Learners community. All right, this is important to also understand the implementation timeline. Traditional assessments are not going away, but they'll only become one pathway to graduation, and that's to start in 27-28. New York State has yet to present alternative options as a path to graduation, but we're waiting on those to happen. And we are understanding from New York State, the Education Department, they'll issue the guidance in the summer of 2027, what that will look like for the class that is entering that fall. The current requirements of the diploma will remain in effect during this transition, and the high school graduating class of 2031 will demonstrate proficiency across standards in the portrait of graduate attributes, which you saw on an earlier slide. So this is what I'm doing this tonight is part of our next steps. It's communicating the portrait of the graduate attributes to all stakeholders, which includes students, families, staff, community, and beginning to embed the 6 attributes of in our vision and our mission. We're currently auditing our practices, and that has begun already between the middle school and high school, and we've already talked about it in our elementary buildings. Everything that has taken place in our elementary buildings directly impacts the portrait of the graduate. We're also planning our professional development around proficiency-based pathways, and we're monitoring our timeline to make sure that we're on track with what the state is going to require us to do. So, if anything, to our Board of Education, I just would like you to know that this is taking place, all right? Our curriculum is not necessarily changing wholesale, but the components of our curriculum will change. The components of our curriculum will definitely change in terms of autonomy and giving our students more of an option and choice. The Regents exams are not going away. They are only going to be one pathway to graduate from high school. This is a very, very good time to be in education. We are definitely affecting the future generations in a great way. And I'm really so excited. I know our staff is very excited to be a part of this change. But like with any change, it's going to take some planning. It's going to take some little steps to help us become better at what we need to do to help our kids become more autonomous in how they graduate from high school. Very excited to see what the state has to give us. Do you have any questions?
I just had one. So, in fall of 27, those freshmen will follow this new path.
That's right.
Sophomores, juniors, and seniors will stay with the current diploma requirements.
That's right.
Will they have an opportunity will they have any of these opportunities, like choices, like some of the project-based learning? And I know that we do that already, but,
So as Mr. Grover, I would anticipate as teachers are preparing for this, those will be available, but they won't be, we won't have the rubric at that time from New York State to say what counts and what doesn't count. But I imagine as teachers are preparing for this, those opportunities will be there.
John, could you speak a little bit more about the modern learners cohort? I understand it's mostly administrators right now,
Yes,
or teachers on special assignment.
that's right.
And then maybe the next year, the 26, 27 year, teacher leaders will be folded into this professional development group.
Yes. Right now, like I said, we're one of 13 districts to be a part of the Modern Learners community. We meet monthly, once or twice a month, depending on the assignments. We are also, our community is working with a principal pair from Maine who have done this work in the state of Maine with their school district altogether. So we're following their model in how to introduce the portrait of the graduate. Their version of the portrait of the graduate is slightly different than ours, but we're following their model and how to introduce it and phase it into their community. Next year, in this endeavor, we will include some teacher leaders to be a part of this project. It's the same thing with Inspired Ed. We're also working with Inspired Ed, which is on a smaller scale on how to give kids more autonomy and choices in their education. And it's really based on, the reason this is so exciting is because for the longest time we've all been very obedient, passive learners, but with the change in technology, we have kids already coming to school who already know how to do certain things, partly because of the technology that's out there, the internet. The example that I know you've used before, Dr. Graham, is the Revolutionary War. A student may come in to social studies 7th grade, and because he has an interest and has access to the internet, may know all about the Revolutionary War far before the teacher even gets to that student. So this is taking into account places where that student can thrive and grow even beyond what we do right now.
So I just have to say that Dr. Graham, myself, and Ashley attended a dinner with the Commissioner of Education this year from Albany, and it was really exciting to hear her speak of the portrait of the graduate and to really see education take this direction. You speak about the Revolutionary War. I raised a son who's really into history, right? So I really like the example, but it's really exciting to see education take a direction where the kids have more control over where they're learning and their path through the high school. And I know it was great to hear the commissioner speak on it and really have a whole room of educators on board with the different path. I don't know if either one of you want to share anything, but it's exciting. It's an exciting time for education and for our future learners to really have the choice and direction and start their paths at a younger age. So I'm anxious to see the rollout. It's a little discouraging. We're not going to see it till the summer of 27 before it starts. Maybe we'll get a peek at it a little bit earlier, but I know Grand Island will be ready and we'll have our boots on the ground. And it's exciting.
Thank you. And I hope to keep you updated as we go along with what we're doing. We really felt it was necessary. Myself, Hillary, Kretz Harvey, Dr. Felicia Palacci, Amy McMahon, who works in the curriculum office, we meet monthly and to determine what is the next phase of our rollout, what are we going to do next in terms of our project. We've also introduced it now to the elementary schools. The work the elementary schools are doing with the literacy attestation and phonics instruction fits right into all of this. So the portrait of the graduate really encompasses everything that we're trying to do in Grand Island to create a more engaging, empowering, and belonging place for everyone every day. And it just, not to get off on a soapbox, so I won't take very long on this, but we have a crisis of disengagement with our teenagers, and they're not engaged. So we need to give them more choice in what we're having them do in schools. They're coming to school already knowing certain things. We have to honor that.
Well, I would also say that Grand Island has already kind of forged our way in that direction with our DECA program, our NAP. And I know Hillary's been working with our tech department, and I don't know the right term for that, but putting that path the same direction in the tech department as we have with DECA and NAP. So we've already seen that, we've already acknowledged that, we've already started creating paths. So to see New York State taking that direction as well, and seeing the needs of the students at a state level is really exciting. So yeah, I have no doubt that Grand Island will do great things. We already are, right? We've already seen that path and really tried to navigate that already. So to have the support of the state and have that recognition, right, at the diploma level will be really fantastic. So it's an exciting time. It'll be exciting to see it roll out and really see how the kids really gravitate to it and how they excel at that. So it's it will align with what we're already doing. So it's exciting.
I have one quick question, and just a comment. It is really exciting to see students' interest and engagement taken into account, and I do think you're correct in noting that we have a crisis in terms of students' interests and having them stay engaged and be engaged in education. The other area that is always of concern to me is rigor and whether or not this will impact. Do you feel that this will impact at all our AP classes or our upper level classes that maybe students would shy away from taking? Because I know when you get to the next level, if there are students that are pursuing a college education, the rigor and preparedness has to be there as well.
I don't think it's going to affect it. I think it's going to change it. We're going to have some really hard conversations around what really is learning and what is rigorous learning. I can name 4 things that I would consider to be rigorous learning right now, but depending on where you were trained, what people can conceive as rigor may not be the same across the board. But I do think hard conversations are going to need to be had, especially on Grand Island, not just anywhere else, but what do we really consider to be good learning and what is rigorous learning?
Do you think that this portrait of a graduate and the way that it's being approached will impact the enrollment, though, overall, of those courses?
Of the AP
at the
courses?
high school? Yeah, the AP and more, AP chemistry, AP calculus, the more what you traditionally consider your upper level rigorous courses at the high school.
Well, I would say some of them will be on that path, right? Like if that's the path that the child is on, that the child will pick those classes.
If we
it's not going
do,
to change the course for everyone.
yeah, and I agree, but if we also do autonomy correct, if we really focus on giving kids more autonomy in school, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that, I think those courses may attract more students if we begin to focus on giving kids more autonomy. I was at a conference last year where it was all about student autonomy, and we got to meet with a gentleman who taught physics for 7 years, and that course became the most requested course in high school because of the autonomy that he built inside of his course. So I really think that if we really begin to build engagement in a better way, then those courses will, not just by the nature of the course, but by the nature of how we teach it, will attract more students.
I think some of it actually will also depend on how the state rollout looks like too, right? In the direction they take at state level. And then how we can implement that at school level. And that's why I'm saying it's kind of unfortunate that we won't see their rollout till the summer it starts, right? But I'm sure we'll work through it and we'll do the best we can.
And like anything, the most direct path is the one with least resistance, right? And so we're going to find that many people are going to take the path with least resistance. But what we want to do, and this is where engagement comes in, we want to make sure that we are increasing the engagement level of these courses so that kids can thrive.
Yeah, and those kids that are engaged like in history or math, they if they already know about the Revolutionary War, let's just say, they may take harder classes and be able to, I don't want to say skip, but they'll be looking for more and harder and more information. So it may lead to those upper classes, right? So it'll all just have to wait and see, right?
We have the potential to do great things here.
For sure. And the different paths is a great start, and it's more inclusive for sure.
That's right.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Great, we'll move on to personnel and instructional. Does anybody have any questions or comments before I ask for a motion? Then I will ask for a motion to approve instructional personnel PI 1 through PI 6, please.
I'll motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. Do we have any introductions?
Check to see any intros today. All right, thank you.
We'll move on to personnel non-instructional. Anybody have any questions or comments before I ask for a motion? And I will ask for a motion to approve these non-instructional personnel PNI 1 through PNI 4, please.
I'll motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. All right, on to finance. For Tom, welcome back.
Thank you. So I got several items on the agenda tonight. Actions or items A through I, I'll be looking for action on. Item A is changing the requirements for quotations for the buildings and ground department, just to match the times a little bit better on the dollar amounts there.
I just have a couple questions on that.
Yep.
If we just to pause on that, like, so for the maintenance, is that on everything, like from kitchen equipment to, or is that just like on our vehicles?
This will just be for buildings and grounds. For, so like the kitchen equipment is usually purchased through the food service program, so this would apply just to the buildings and grounds. So that would be any of our maintenance costs, if we gotta replace something. I know we just had a pump go down, and, you know, sometimes we gotta get these things back up and running really quick. I know there's a lot of HVAC projects going on right now, there's some heat things that are down.
So what would you say, and this is, like, I'm just, doesn't exact, like, so when we're looking at repairs from 500 to 5,000, what would you say the average cost of the item we're repairing is? Is it hundreds of thousands, fifties of thousands?
Yeah,
Or does it vary?
Yeah, it varies pretty widely. I'll say that we probably can't get a service person to come out here for under $500, so.
No, I get it, I'm just
yeah.
asking for, like,
Yeah.
understanding, I mean,
Yeah, usually, you know, if it's unexpected repairs, then anything super significant, we would be coming and bringing to your guys' attention as the board. But, yeah, generally, you know, I would say probably the 5,000 to 10,000 range, or, you know, and we probably have maybe 10 of those a year. But we got general maintenance items too. This is more for the unexpected items, because for those general things, we still want them getting quotes and getting the best price out there.
go ahead.
So are we making a change to this board policy, or are we?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So anything up to $1,500 they can spend without any quotations. That's why I was asking the threshold and the cost. I mean, $1,500 is still, that's a big chunk of money. And if you're saying it happens often, I mean, $1,500 can add up. So like, so my question is if you had to do a $1,500 repair, would you just call one place? Would you call two? I mean,
Yeah, so once anything under 1,500,
it would just be a telephone call, someone would come in and fix it.
correct. Anything 1,500 to 2,500, they'd have to have 3 verbal quotes, and then
And is that done over the
25.
phone? I don't assume that's over the phone.
Correct.
Person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
Just for, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me here?
You want to just move the microphone a little bit?
Just for clarity, it's being requested to increase it to 5,000, right?
Just to change the overall threshold. So currently, we don't require a verbal quote until $500. So the current threshold for verbal quotes is $500 to $1,500. The proposed change is to change that to $1,500 to $2,500. So 3 verbal quotes required currently for $500 to $1,500. Proposed change would be $1,500 to $2,500, and then written quotes would be $1,500 to $5,000. That $5,000 upper limit would still be maintained for the written quotes, with the $2,501 being the lower limits. And anything over 5,000 would follow our normal procedures that exist currently.
So there's no change being requested for the written quotes then?
There is on the lower side, but not the upper side. So the range for the written quotes is 2,501 to 5,000. The current one is 1,501 to 5,000, and the proposed change would be 2,501 to 5,000.
Pretty much, Danielle, they just want to take and have us $2,500 getting the verbal quotes for it instead of written.
Thanks, Roger.
You're welcome.
I got it.
Any other questions on A?
Just a quick question. Do you keep a log of the verbal quotes? So if someone is asking.
Yeah, so when we get to those thresholds, like the claims auditors will look for those. When we send everything over to BOCES, they'll look for those quote sheets and all of that.
So whoever does the intake on the telephone completes some sort of quote sheet for the district?
Yeah,
You guys
correct.
keep it
Correct.
for it to be turned
Yeah.
over? Okay.
As the purchasing agent for the district, I'm typically looking for that first before it even goes, beyond me. I look for that before I do my approval, and then, obviously, that goes not perfect. One might slip through here and there, and then the claims auditors remind me, hey, you need this for that. But most of the time, they're just, the B&G department is very good. They do a great job of trying to get the best price and everything. Even today, there was a pump Phil was looking for that was 10 grand at 2 places, and he found it for like $2,700 at a place. So they do a very, very thorough and good job trying to get us the best price that they can.
Thanks, Bob. I'm going to stop you. I was so excited to talk about the buildings and ground quotes that I moved a little bit too fast. We do have an introduction we have to go back to, so I'm just going to pause it for a second.
Thank you, Stephanie, if you could, it'd be great.
Sorry, Stephanie.
I tried to interject, but it wasn't
A little bit louder.
Yeah.
I've had a little sugar today.
Good evening. Allie Zielinski, can you please stand up?
Sorry, Ellen.
So we have a new hire at Sidway. Allie Zielinski is a graduate of Niagara Falls High School. She received her associate's degree in childhood education from NCCC. From there, she went on to obtain a bachelor's and master's degree from Buffalo State in early childhood and childhood education, as well as curriculum and instruction. She has her New York State teaching certification, along with certifications in both early childhood birth through 2 and childhood education 1st through 6th grade. Prior to coming to Grand Island, Allie was a teacher in Niagara Falls. In Niagara Falls, she taught the kindergarten summer program, the pre-K age 3 program at Calvis, the pre-K age 4 program at Niagara Street School, and 4th grade English at Maple Avenue. Her previous employer has described Allie as hardworking, resilient, flexible, and being a team player, with a strength being in her ability to form meaningful connections with the students that she works with. We are thrilled to have Allie join our Viking team at Sidway as our new kindergarten teaching assistant.
Okay, sorry, Bob.
No worries at all. We definitely want to recognize our new hires. Welcome. Thank you. Any other questions on item 8?
No, thank you.
Okay, item B, this is a resolution for data security. So when they redid the data security stuff a couple of years ago, they required us to have DPA, data privacy agreements. So every district was literally having to every vendor and get them to sign a privacy agreement with that vendor. Last year, they did a common privacy agreement where one organization, BOCES, could do these DPAs on behalf of the districts to make it less cumbersome for the districts and for the company. So this resolution just allows us to use that service and allows us to engage in the DPAs that are done for the larger groups.
Did we do this last year? Is this a year?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to clarify.
Yes, ma'am. Item C is 2 trucks that we put up for bid, 81 and 82. They're 2017s, they're 8 years old, they don't have high mileage, but they get the snot beat out of them with plowing and everything else. So Phil and I have talked about a better rotation plan for this, and we'll be working on that to make sure that we're using our oldest trucks for salting and plowing as much as possible. Any questions on C? Item D is a obsolete laptop cart at Kegabine. Item E is some obsolete IT equipment. Any questions on the IT stuff? And then I love getting to this part. A couple of very generous donations coming in. A couple of very generous donations coming in from the Island Presbyterian Church for Huth Road right here. They will be donating some coal risers as well as some new playground equipment, much needed playground equipment. So very excited for that.
It's exciting for the donation. sad to see that they are closing and
Yeah.
have sold their property. Huth Road has had an excellent relationship with them.
Yes.
Probably since inception, so,
Yeah.
thanks so much to them for thinking of us for their donation, and, yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah.
Sad to see
Well, the nice part is the playground will create a lasting memory
Correct,
of
yes,
that.
yeah.
So,
Yes.
they're very generous of them to think of the Huth Road community with that, and very excited.
The use of their building over the years has been very generous, so to see them go out with a very generous
Yeah.
donation speaks a lot to the relationship we've had over the years, and it's fantastic.
Item H is to accept a donation from the CAF American and Cyber Grants team for $30 for Sidway. And then item I is some driver's education survey that Ms. Pell did for us, and looking to get that driver education program restarted again here. And then the rest of the items, J and K, are informational. So I'm looking for action, please, if there are any additional questions on any of the action items A through I.
I just had one question on that survey. It said that they would be 60% of the 81 families interested in driver's education prefer a winter session. Is that something we would look to? I'm just curious. I found that very interesting.
We've historically ran one February through beginning of May. And they, just based on comments, is that during the summer, because of vacations, they are more interested to have it during that winter time because there's less sports.
Do we consider that our spring session then, that one we run in February, or is that different?
That's really like a winter session.
So that we run one in the spring typically and one in the summer, right? So that February one would be considered the spring? I know, I'm asking the same question twice.
It would be either spring or winter.
Okay, great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So we are including I in the vote right now?
I didn't hear you.
Putting I in the vote.
Yes.
For the action.
Okay, so just to be clear, we're voting on the increase of the program for I versus approving a survey, right? Title is a survey, but we're getting, the root of that is it increasing the cost, right?
Yeah, and the document in Word docs, and besides giving the data on the survey, there's the recommendation to move forward with the program.
Okay, yep, I see that, I was just asking. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? Can I get a motion to approve finance A through I, please?
No motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you very much.
And then on to special education.
Yeah, Cheryl Cardone asked me to move the recommendations forward. You have items A and B that are up for board action.
Can I get a motion, please?
No motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. On to the superintendent's report.
All right, thank you very much. So I appreciate everybody that's here today, our board, and the members of our students who are here, and parents that are here. I really appreciate you taking the time and showing interest in our school and community. One of our students, Reagan Fast, who graduated a few years ago, has written a book. And I just wanted to share that good news with our board. She did a story about Megan and her village in a fictional land where people see the world a little differently. And I know many of our board members remember Reagan, and I just think this is a fantastic opportunity for her to express her thoughts through the written word. And at some point I'll bring the book passed around so that everybody can see it. It's really it's available on Amazon. Yeah. So congratulations to Reagan. One of the things that we're very proud of over the last 3 years is the initiation of the Vikings Care project that involves every child from universal pre-kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. In the month of October, every child is involved in some way, shape, or form, giving back to the community, whether it's a service learning project or community service. So these are just a few photos of some of our middle school students under the guidance of Dr. Placci going out to Beaver Island. And you could see all of the students on the beach there. They were putting together cold weather items, hats, gloves, scarves, and hanging those items up on trees. And they really had a great time doing that, along with 7th graders, the 8th graders did a walkathon and raised over $3,000 for the GI chapter for Relay for Life. So congratulations to the class of 2030 for their efforts there. And then here are the clotheslines with the warm items, and from my understanding, Dr. Placci, I think many of those items have been actually collected by members of our community. So I don't know if there's going to be a second wave of that, but it's really exciting. So thank you, and thank your teachers for thinking about our community. It's quite a great project. We already saw this beautiful picture of Sienna. It is
You need to frame that.
really, I want to thank Ellie Tui, who is our internal communication specialist. She captured some beautiful photos of this event. I want to thank, of course, Stephanie Anderson and Hillary Kretz Harvey for working together, along with Teresa Lizade, to make this happen. It was really a very special event, of course. And there's somebody we know too in this photo. That was great. Just a little one more shout out for Jude when she received her Citizen of the Year award with the Chamber of Commerce. So congratulations. This was very exciting. Our boys are the A1 sectional champions, who we're very, very proud of. Sometimes, you see a program. This Bobby Ross, our coach, lost 14 seniors last year, and he has a handful of seniors who've taken on that leadership role. They defeated a really powerful team. It was a very cold, windy night on Friday. We're very proud of them. They played today. They played the first half. There was lightning, so they had to stop, and then eventually the game was delayed. It'll be replayed tomorrow. So, but I understand, Jude, maybe you can help me out. I think it's 1-0, and they got into the second half. So will they pick it up from there?
There was 5 minutes left in the first half,
Oh.
and they'll pick it up right where it left off.
Okay, so they get the 1 goal.
Oh yeah, no,
This
it's
will be
not
fun.
gonna do game, just pick up where they left off.
Nice, nice.
So you have to, you're winning 1-0, you have to wait 20 minutes per lightning strike. So,
Thank you, Jude.
yeah.
Very exciting. And so the next few slides are just some celebrations, teams that are advancing in the sectionals. Obviously, we just talked about boys soccer and their hard work as far as Friday and what they're doing today. This was a picture I took of the captains receiving their trophy. And moving on to our swimming team, really phenomenal work done. This is our swim and diving team, placed 3rd overall in Class B sectional championships, earning patches. Our top 4 finishers were Brianna Rajewski, Chase Martinek, Gianna Mendel, Avery Conshafter, and Natalie DeCourcy. And many of them are just maybe more than the top 4. So we're very, very proud of our women's swim team. We have a new photographer who's doing a great job putting together these team pictures, so we'll see those in the yearbook coming up in the future. And the team finished 2nd in the NFL, and we had a section champion diver, Kayla Rajewski, and a 3rd place diver, Hannah Sissery. 3rd as a team, so we're very, very proud in the Class B sectional championships. And there's another picture of our fantastic diving instructor with our student, Kayla. So here we are, boys volleyball are playing Thursday, I believe. It should be pretty exciting. It's a home game. So that's the beginning of our sectionals. I think they went undefeated in the whole league. So that is amazing. Great coaching, great kids. And the picture to the right here are our seniors on that team. And our volleyball is playing today. During our tour here at Huth, I heard we were up 2 games. This is the #1 seed. I don't have a report. Jude, I don't know if you have a report. Yeah, but they were ahead against Hamburg, which, and we were away, so that tells you Hamburg had the higher seed, of course, the #1 seed. So if anybody gets an update, maybe anybody back there, feel free to let us know. Those are doing. And football, a huge game on Friday, defeating the #1 seed, Williamsville North, 28-7. That is remarkable. They play McKinley in Buffalo at All Stadium Thursday at 7 p.m. Just a couple other photos of our boys. And of course, Jude, we have our kicker, right? Rebecca Dolan is also part of this team, so really very special group. Cross country did very well. Niagara Frontier League champions for the boys. And usually Charlotte is here, Sienna, but she did very well. And I think she committed to St. Bonaventure for cross country and track. So. Oh, wow. Girls volleyball team looks like they swept, which is a tremendous upset. Girls cross country 3rd in the Niagara Frontier League, 8th in the section meet, so we're very proud of all of our athletes, but our coaches as well. And just a few pictures of our teams, and of course the boys being the NFL champions. And Caden Sharkey and Gabby Amato have qualified for sectionals in golf. We're very, very proud of them. This is Caden's 2nd year returning to sectionals. Sectionals will be in the spring, and Caden plays baseball too, so it should be fascinating to see how our top golfers do in the spring. We're very proud of those folks. And we had a wonderful induction of our 65 number DECA that happened on October 14th, so a wonderful program and a lot of kids, a lot of spirit involved with that. And Sienna, I see you're there in this picture. Well done. So, Sienna, what's your title with DECA?
I'm the Vice President of Hospitality, so I help plan all of our trips. And for example, this year, both for the Academy of Finance and DECA, but Academy of Finance is going to Disney in January. So I help Mr. J book different things that we do there.
Yeah, that's great. You're quite a leader. I just want to let the board know and thank Beth for attending the social media safety awareness event on October 16th. When we hold these events, we're very proud of the people who helped put it together. Mark Gordon, Jessica Hutchins, Joe Cardone. The guest speakers were amazing. We had student speakers. John Fitzpatrick talks a lot about agency, student agency, engagement and empowerment, so that it's really great when our young people sit at the table, answer questions from the audience. I never want our board or our community to be discouraged because of, sometimes we have a few people who come in person. We live streamed it thanks to Mark, and we had, maybe 40, 50 people watching on the live stream. But the next day, we pushed out that recorded video to the entire community. And the last time I checked, which was this past weekend, we had 488 people watch the program through our the YouTube channel that Mark runs. So we're very, very proud of programs like this because it is reaching a larger audience and it's meeting parents where they are, right? If they're taking their child to dance or a soccer practice, they can watch on their phone. and get all the same information as the people in the audience. So this is really a wonderful program. I thought it was well done, and maybe Beth, you'll have a few things to say about it. So that's great. Going back to our October Cares, Viking Cares program, these are pictures from our seniors celebrating and doing great work at the Golden Age Center. They also helped the SPCA, they helped many other programs around Grand Island and Western New York. And the latest podcast features 4 of our seniors talking about their work in the community. And I know that Mrs. Mentor at the Golden Age Center gave a lot of positive feedback to Mrs. Powell about our seniors and the good work that they did. And we can never overemphasize the safety of our school bus drivers and their students. We had Operation Safe Stop occur in October. We thank our school resource officer, all of the police officers and our bus drivers for the constant promotion of making sure that we're safe when we bring kids on and have kids exit the bus. We're very proud of our librarians who recently attended the Kindness Suitcase Project, and we're just very proud of them showing leadership and supporting the communication that's so important about the heroic stories of people who were held captive in the Nazi occupations in Czechoslovakia and other places. So we're very proud of our librarians and the work that they do. And of course, we had Halloween parade at Sidway, and there's nothing better than that. So just a few pictures to show the board the wonderful parade that occurred, and even some adults dressing up and having a good time. So we're very, very Catholics, too fast, but we're very happy to celebrate and have traditions like this. And I understand the trunk or treat went really well as well, Mrs. Anderson. So that was a good event, very good turnout, right? And as we wind things down, part of our October Cares project, we had first graders design bookmarks and give them to the Grand Island Library. This slide just represents the librarian at our library sending a thank you note to the first graders and to our teachers. So very nice tie-in to all of that support of October Cares. These are ads that I'm making on using AI, if you can't tell, pushing them out on social media. So if you're unfamiliar with artificial intelligence, you can prompt some AI tools to make advertisements. So hopefully we'll get a few people applying. And of course, our public hearing for the capital project vote is November 6th. That's this Thursday at 6:30 p.m. It'll be in the Board of Education room in the high school. We call it the professional development room, but where we have board meetings. Please join us if you have any questions. Myself, Bob will be there. We'll have our architects and our construction manager there as well. So we should be able to answer anybody's questions about the capital project. That's all that I have.
Thank you. All right, on to the Board of Education report. We do have one action item. It is for the poll inspectors for our capital project vote. It's happening on December 10th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. If I can get a motion to approve Board of Education A, please. And a second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. And then we have, Beth, you have the middle school PTA meeting. Anything you want to share?
Good evening. Just 2 things I wanted to call out from that meeting. The middle school is accepting donated board games at the main office, and I just think that's a testament to the distraction-free policy that's now in place, that students are actually looking for other things to do during lunch. I had brought a concern to Dr. Palachi last year about students just even being on their Chromebooks during lunch, and it made me very happy to hear that they're finding other ways to interact and just enjoy one another's company. I think lunch is an important time to unplug and decompress and just have some fun, so that's great. And then I also just wanted to make mention, since I also sat in on the Kagebine PTA meeting, that both Kagebine and the middle school are combining this year for the holiday wreath and poinsettia sale that takes place every year. So that information can be found in multiple locations online, but orders are due by November 15th. Thanks.
Can you, text that flyer to your group, because I always order.
Yeah.
That'd be great, thanks. Great, is that everything? Okay, I have Sidway, as always, Sidway's got a lot of greatness that goes on. I'm glad to hear the trunk or treat went, fantastic. That was the big topic at the last meeting. I know there was a few questions that was brought to me, to bring back to the November 19th meeting. I have had discussions with, Dr. Graham, and I will have those answers for the parents, on the November, I think, 19th meeting. So, I will have all those answers for them. So, GISBA meeting, just real quick, we did hold our booster night at Dick and Jenny's. It was really nice. Thank you to everybody that came in and dined or took out. The night was a big success. I'm still waiting to hear my magic number, but always appreciate the community's participation and help for our organizations. And we have picked the date for the car show next year. So I'm gonna start, I know it's only, November, but it'll be here before you know it. It's gonna be Wednesday, June 24th. It's a big, huge community event. Music, cars, community food. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So mark it on your calendars because you're gonna hear about it. And that's all I have. On the public comment session, nobody signed up. So we'll go to the committee full items, information roundtable, and you're on the end, so anything from you?
I'm all set, thank you.
Ashley?
I'm all set.
Roger?
You forgot to.
Oh, Danielle, I'm sorry. Thank you.
I'm all set, thank you.
Roger?
Just super proud of all the athletes and the teams that have gone so far, and we wish them the best of luck moving forward.
Just a couple things for me. As Dr. Graham mentioned, I did attend the social media safety and awareness event, and as a member of the analog generation, learned a lot. We tend to fall a little conservative on the phones and social media in our house, so I had to look some things up, but good to know what's going on out there, so thank you for that program. I also just wanted to call out the middle school production of Moana. My daughter was in that, so I got to sit through 3 performances of that, and I said online I could have sat through 50. It was really tremendous, and I'm very proud of the teachers that put in a lot of hard work on that show, and also our students, just a tremendous amount of talent. I was also able to attend the high school band concert last week under the direction of John Reed. I haven't been to a high school band concert on the island in a while, and I was completely blown away. It was absolutely outstanding, and I can't wait for the next one. I will never miss one again. So just kudos to that group, several groups actually. And then lastly, I was able to attend the National Honor Society induction last week as well, and just very proud to see how many students were inducted into that organization. I think when the line, it almost superseded the length of the program as they signed the roster. So just absolutely exceptional. So thank you.
Jake?
I'm all set.
Joy?
I'm all set, thank you.
Just very quickly, tomorrow is our first professional development day with our teachers. Very thankful and grateful for the principals who put that program together. Thank you.
Just Thursday night, if you're free, come and hear about our capital project. It'll be in the high school Board of Education room from 6:30 to 7:30. Hope to see you there. And if you can't make that, please come out on December 10th and vote.
I'm all set, thank you.
I just want to remind people that we have the elementary turkey trot right now in high school, November 8th. It's a Saturday, starts at 11 a.m. And I believe the ticket is non-perishable canned good. Is that right, Liz? Yeah. So children, and it's all 3 elementary schools. Yeah, perfect. So it's a great way for the kids to get back to the community through all of those canned goods go to the Neighbors Foundation, 11 to 1 p.m. Saturday, November 8th.
Is it eyes in the principal's face, or did we do away with that?
I think that has faded away.
I tried. I was voted down.
There might be a race. There might be a race.
All right, well, it's gonna be something. All right. Okay. Important dates coming up. Tomorrow we have election day, so obviously no school for our kiddos. Tuesday, November 11th is Veterans Day, no school. Thanksgiving recess is November 26th through the 28th. And our next board of education meeting is December 8th, and that will be at 9. And I know it pains everyone to hear this, but I'm gonna make a motion to call the meeting at 8:52 p.m. I get a motion? You got a motion. And I need a.
I'll motion. I thought you said you.
No, I can't motion. I need a
I'll
second.
second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 7-0. Thanks.